In this city, there is a place home to nearly 200 19th-century European-style buildings, making it the historical district with the most classical European flair. It's right across the river. Hi everyone, I'm Ali. What does a historical district with classical European flair look like in China? This video will show you. This is its name, Shamian. In Cantonese, Shamian means sandy beach. This used to be a desolate sandbar. Over a century ago, it became a concession, and dozens of countries successively built consulates, banks, churches, post offices, and more here. As a result, this area became a concentration of various European architectural styles, including Neo-Baroque, Gothic Revival, Arcade style, Neoclassical, and Sino-Western combinations. Here, every building has its own story, and each is a part of this city's unique history. Nowadays, it has become a favorite spot for young people. They flock here simply to find a beautiful backdrop for photos to post on social media. Every afternoon, you'll see young people dressed in all sorts of outfits taking photos here, especially on weekends or holidays. There are also a few uniquely styled coffee shops inside where you can enjoy some leisurely time. There are two churches here. The one in front of us is one of them. Let's get a little closer and take a look. The main entrance to the church seems to be on the opposite side. Let's go over and see if we can go inside. Here is the front of the church. I'm not religious and don't know much about this, so I'm not sure what type of church this is. You can tell me in the comments section. It's a small-scale church. We can't go in because there are parishioners inside. And it seems they are about to hold some kind of music-related event. As I saw many people walking in with musical instruments. There are a lot of ancient banyan trees here, some over 100 years old. Look at this massive banyan tree. Its huge canopy acts like a parasol, shielding people from the blazing sun. Standing here, who knows how many historical changes it has witnessed. Even if you're not interested in photography, this is still a great place to spend a pleasant afternoon. The abundant banyan trees provide plenty of shade, offering a cool retreat during the scorching summer. Plus, the various beautiful buildings and the coming and the going of people all make for unique scenery. Here, you don't need to rush. You can find a wall and take your time taking photos. Sit wherever to zone out, wander aimlessly, or sit in a cafe and watch the crowds pass by. Relaxing here is a serious business in itself. In this fast-paced city, having a patch of shade that not only blocks the sun but also shelters you from the noise is truly a rare luxury. Sometimes, when you get tired from walking, just sitting down aimlessly like this for a while makes you realize that besides hurrying along the journey of life, you can also pause to feel the gentle breeze and the sunshine by the road. There is a large group of people here taking photos facing the sky. What are they taking pictures of? Looking up, it turns out the canopy overhead happens to form a special shape. They say it's a heart shape representing love, but I think it looks more like a map of China. The first person to discover this angle definitely has an eye for finding beauty. This has become a must-visit photo spot when coming to Shamian. I have to say, it's quite abstract. Nowadays, ordinary young people often face immense survival pressure, expensive housing prices in big cities, and fierce workplace competition. Often, they are swept up by involution and pressure, unable to find a true, lasting sense of control in real life. I think the reason so many young people love coming here isn't just for the beautiful scenery and architecture, but rather because the atmosphere here allows them to quiet down and relax. Through the process of taking photos, zoning out, and wandering around here, they temporarily set aside the version of themselves defined by society, choosing instead to be the main character of their own lives. Occasionally, doing something useless and wasting a little time on beautiful things actually seems quite nice. What do you think? Perhaps life itself doesn't hold that many grand meanings. Being able to feel happy just to get a nice photo on a beautiful afternoon, or to simply sit quietly and zone out for a while. That in itself is a form of healing. We don't need to keep our nerves constantly on edge. Allowing ourselves to waste time once in a while might be the most important skill we need to learn. There is another church here, and it seems to be open. Let's go inside and see what it looks like. It happens to be the end of visiting hours right now, because a small mass is about to begin here. So tourists can no longer go inside to look around. Only churchgoers are allowed in. Actually, I also noticed quite a few young people taking photos alone. They set up tripods or skillfully adjust their phone's front facing cameras, practicing their smiles over and over again. This reminds me of today's social logic. We seem to be getting better and better at communicating with strangers online. Yet, it's increasingly difficult to just say hello to our neighbors in real life. I used to envy others who travel to faraway places, thinking that only going far away could bring relaxation. So, after working and earning money, I would travel to all sorts of distant places. But gradually, I realized that when you are under pressure or facing difficulties, traveling anywhere won't solve the real life or work problems you have. Traveling only allows you to briefly escape those issues. Once you return from your trip, you still have to face them. I'm not saying we shouldn't travel, or that we don't need to travel. I simply want to point out that whilst traveling allows us to relax for a short while and escape from certain problems or difficulties, ultimately we still have to face them and resolve them. I am confident that difficulties will eventually be overcome, and problems will certainly be resolved, and our lives will undoubtedly get better and better. So, I think true relaxation doesn't actually depend on where you are or where you go, but rather on your state of mind. When you can properly resolve the problems you face in reality, then, no matter where you travel, even if it's just taking a walk in a nearby park, it will be beautiful. Thank you for watching my video. See you in the next one.